Next up on WTV, parking passes, a new GT curriculum, and today's Sports Minute. WTV's Daily Update starts now. Good morning, Red Hawk Nation. Today is Tuesday, October 3rd, and I'm Neha Perumalla with another daily update brought to you by Wingspan TV. Students on campus without a parking pass may find a new accessory on their car.
Some students that have yet to buy a parking pass are getting an unpleasant surprise when they get to their car, as the school is starting to put these yellow boots on the tires of the cars that do not have a pass. Students are required to talk to Financial Secretary Christy Wilson if they encounter any warnings. A boot or wheel clamp will be placed in their car, as well as being fined $10 the first 3 times they are found without a parking pass, and then they will be fined $15 the 4th time. Students may purchase their parking passes for $50 through cash, check, or by My Payments Plus. It is mandatory for a student to have a valid pass in order to park in the school parking lot. Reporting for WTV, this is Minuki Matus.
In most classes, the curriculum tends to stay the same from year to year, but that's not the case for GT Humanities. WTV's Walker Shippey has a story.
The Humanities GT curriculum is teacher and district regulated and has 2 years of learning tied to each other. With freshmen and sophomores mixed into the same class, freshmen can either start with year 1 or year 2 of the GT curriculum.
The GT curriculum is split into 2 years because it is giving students credit for Pre-AP English 1 and AP World History over the course of those 2 years. And if you try to do Pre-AP English 1 and AP World History all together in 1 year, I think we would drive students into the madhouse. It means that every other year there are students who are taking AP World History a little bit out of order. So I know that that's kind of weird to think about for some students.
Although many humanities students don't notice the staggered curriculum, it is a factor for some sophomores who began their GT freshman year with year 2 of their learning.
Well, I mean, it's split, right? So it certainly kind of affects me because we're learning both English and world history at the same time. So we're getting kind of prepared for English and world history. But at the same time though, we kind of did start off with the second half periods 4, 5, and 6. So that kind of caused some continuity problems because we didn't learn all the history before that. But overall, I think it's a very effective way of splitting up the curriculum.
I think in the end, it doesn't really matter too much. It is a different experience, but when I took humanities when I was in high school in Plano, it was split over 2 years, and I actually took it out of order, and it was nice for me because we started with the stuff I was more familiar with and that I was more interested in, and then the kind of harder, less relatable stuff is what I did sophomore year when I was a little bit more skilled at the class. So I think that, it's nice to do it in chronological order, but there is a skill advantage to the sophomores doing it out of order.
Reporting from WTV, this is Walker Shippey.
Here's today's Sports Minute.
Despite a loss last Friday against first-ranked Reedy, the Red Hawk volleyball team still has a good chance of making the playoffs as they hold on to the 3rd seed in District 13-5A with a 2-game lead ahead of 3 and 4 Frisco. Liberty looks to bounce back as they face off tonight at home against Wakeland, who holds a 6-1 district record as well as a 2nd-place spot in district.
I think the best thing about that loss to Wakeland is that we started off down that night, and then the kids rallied and fought and were able to come back and take being down 2 games and then winning the next 2 games and going to that 5th game feeling really confident.
This is Davis O'Brien reporting for Wingspan TV.
If you're looking for more from Wingspan, you can follow us at Liberty Wingspan on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and visit our award-winning website, libertywingspan.com. Please stay tuned for today's announcements. Volleyball plays Wakeland at home today at 6:45. Tennis plays Wakeland tomorrow at 4. The Frisco Varsity Gold Ice Hockey team has its next home game Thursday at 7 against Plano West at the Dr. Pepper Star Center. Games are free to attend. The Frisbee Club is meeting Thursday in room C105. The Model UN Club is having its first meeting on Thursday in room C138 after school. For today's awareness tip, always verify sources. Don't believe everything you read online. Make sure the information comes from a reliable source. That's it for today's daily update. This has been Neha Perumalla for WTV.